there's no sense.
No, it's not anything. So let's see what's going on. We have the technician working on it. On it. Let me know when you can hear us. Okay, they should hear now, is it? Okay. So, Lorna, anybody listening now, tell us if you're hearing us right now, because I think he fixed it. So she says, okay now. Good. Yay! They're hearing us now. Michelle, good morning to you. Thank you so much for checking in. Look, I even spelled wrong word here. I would let me when he hears So yes, Jester. It is Michelle, you can call in if you have the time, and to talk, because the number is 404-147-340-41189. I know you're at work and you may not be able to, but thank you so much for checking in with us this morning. I feel really, really good that my little peep is checking in with us this morning. So, Jester, you were saying good morning to people. Say good morning. Continue to say good morning.
I was saying good morning to Celia out there in Hill Street, Celia and the family. Also to Claire in Maho. The Gleans family out there in Boston. Yeah. Hope you're doing fine out there. Wayne, Ted, John.
Yes.
I too. Good boy. Bushes, Solia, Leslie, Nicholas, and the wife. Moose. Yeah.
That's it?
Miss Bissessa, who might just be listening. Also Miss Gladys. Ben Gladys. Yeah.
And friend, is it Keisha or something her name? Keisha. The one that we that asked for the link a couple of days ago.
Trisha.
Trisha. You see, Trisha. Good morning to you. And let me also say good morning to my dear cousin Derek Cyrus and his wife, what's her name again? I know, I'm just pulling a Georgia. I know, I'm just teasing his wife, Georgia.
Oh my gosh.
All is well with you all down there. And if you're listening, welcome back to Spice Island, Spice Country. Hope you are having FUN. This week is Annie's last week, Jester. She's
actually thought that she went back already.
No. She didn't go back as yet. She's leaving this weekend. And she may step in to say hello and goodbye or something like that. Yeah, because
that would be very much welcome.
Yes, I mean, she's. I think she's not really happy about going back because we're having so much fun. We get up, go walking every morning.
Fun with who? You?
Of course, I'm a fun kind of girl.
Please.
What do you mean, please? Maybe I don't have fun with you because you don't know how to have my kind of fun, but my peeps know my kind of fun. We pass by your place, we pass by River Sally Cemetery sometimes in the morning and go up the hill and go across and stuff like that.
I don't know for fun.
You don't know?
It's a whole episode of misery. I don't know really for.
You could say whatever you want. Misery like company, what are you doing here?
Hey, I come and play my role.
Well, there's the door. You don't let it hit you on the way out. Honestly.
Misery.
You find out because you're the first time.
Miserable too much.
I'm miserable because I normally tell the truth about things. You always say that I'm miserable or I hang up properly. Last week, use another one, something about bong something. I don't know what it was. I didn't get that.
It was right at them.
I never said anything because I don't understand how one person could have all of that.
Thanks so much.
And we can do nobody else. No one saw. Oh gosh. Yes. Let me say good morning to my dear friend JG. You know who you are. And I know you're pretty busy at the moment, but you can find time to just click that link and listen to us. You see, Jester? Lorna said, yes, she is fun to be with. Only you. You don't know how to have fun with me, and because I'm not giving you the avenue to have fun with me either. So just take that and put it in a pipe and smack it. Michelle, tell him how fun too. Michelle, if you're listening, tell him how much fun I am to hang around with.
I don't expect any different from who is speaking.
What do you mean?
Oh.
You don't expect any different from Lorna?
Or from who I speak? No, those who are saying that.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, they will say that.
Well, no, they're not
That is
lying.
obvious.
The truth is on
That
their
is
side.
obvious.
Truth is on their side. So they will tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's it. You see, you don't understand my jive and my vibe. You see, I vibe differently to how you vibe. See, so my peeps know how I'm vibing. And that's it, end of story. Let me say good morning to Junior out there on the Grandy Time. Hope all is well with you. What's on the menu today? Last week when I passed, he had saltfish with fig, and so he had provision and saltfish last week. When I passed by, I didn't stop. I just passed by. I read the board. Another time, yeah, he had fried fries and chicken and all this kind of thing, and he has fish and all that. So, I think he whips up a good meal every now and then, especially when the tourists are coming in to see the Mona monkey. And to talk about the Mona monkey, Jester, only Grenada and West Africa has that Mona monkey. Yeah. And I'm giving you history now.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
thank you for that.
the way, Shama Wells wrote a book called Kiki the Mona monkey because she had a Mona monkey, and his name was, his or her name was Kiki. And the Mona monkey came to Grenada when of the slave ship, or they did some, and the monkey was pregnant when it got here, and instead of taking it back on board, they left it here. So all the children from the monkey are here. So, and that's why only Grenada beside Africa has that nice brand of monkey. And let me tell you, that monkey and them, they're proud. The last time I was on a tour about 3 weeks ago, I went to Grandy Town, and we didn't see it in the normal place where it normally by the place where there's opposite Junior there. But we came down from the lake and coming up, and that big boy just sat in the middle of the road with his back turned to everybody, and his fur, that fur he has, was shimmering. It was a nice big black one. I'm like, whoa. So the guy was giving us the history of the Mona monkey and the history of Grandy Tank. And no, Grandy Tank is not a bottomless lake. It has a bottom because the springs from the bottom, they comes up to the supply water to things. So people that says Grandy Tank Lake is bottomless, that ain't true. They also have fishes in there now. Some pretty red and black fish that I think I'm not sure if it's the Asian people that dropped it in there, but it's a beautiful them swimming all over. It's like you have a big pond and those fishes there. So they were talking about that, and they were giving them tour of the different trees that they have. They've got a small eucalyptus tree up there in the visiting area up in Granita. And the other one is in Black Forest, the big one.
Okay. No.
You don't know the big eucalyptus tree that has the colors of Grenada flag on it, green and red, and so when you try driving by, check Black Forest, you're going to see it's on the right hand side. It's a big tree. So they have a small one up there. So we have a lot of history in that little rock that we are living on here, and I always say that we have the monkey, the monkey, the Mona monkey, which nowhere else has. Every other places has, yes, they have the other monkeys and so, but Grenada is the only island in the Caribbean that, well, let's say besides West Africa, that has the Mona monkey. And I think they should really promote that, the Mona monkey, because seeing that we are the only one here in maybe the entire Caribbean that has the Mona monkey, they should really, really pounce on that, and maybe even speak to Shama because she had one and she knows what it is. There is a little one that I saw on a little waterfall, and it's a thief. I'm telling you, his name is Aries. And I said, "What, Aries, like the horse of the Dolmias?" It's a thief. The people went up to the leaves. It's just a small thing like that. It detracts you, and then he opens up your bag, takes out whatever is inside the bag that he wants, and just run away with it. I'm like, what? They told us, be careful with your purse and everything, because he is a thief. I'm serious. He just takes things from people, and he took a lady driver's license, hold it in his mouth, and he's speedy going to have to. Come on. Well, monkeys are like that. you go to the zoo in Toronto,
So
they
a lot
stay
of
away from the close to the edge because they do these things to you.
a lot of farmers complain about them too. You know, they're kind of be destructive towards the agricultural produce.
Which one? The monkeys in
Yeah,
Grenada?
yeah.
Well, yes, because they eat. They're hungry and they eat, and you cannot stop them. I know when Candice went to Thailand, there's a long stairs up from where she was, and people were resting their water bottles, and so not knowing that the monkeys are at the top there. And the monkeys come down and they take the people water bottle, and it's like they're jeering you, come and get it from me. She said that's the worst you've ever seen. And a lot of them, they just come in and they sit there with everybody water bottle, whether it's a plastic one or the people, the expensive water bottles, and they dare not go for it because obviously he's going to attack them because they're not trained among. So
Some of them
yes,
dangerous.
they are dangerous. People
Yeah,
think it's fun.
yeah.
Let me tell you. Even though I go to Grand Town and people are always talking about, oh, in and our body monkey, I'm sending it back and who and because I'm not going in the front there at all because they cannot be really trusted. They remember they're from the wild and the instincts. You may talk to them, train them up as long as you want and have that relationship with them. But when the instinct checks in, they can do anything that they feel like. And there's nothing you can really do about it. So according to people, tread lightly when you go among the monkeys.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah. So soccer finished?
Yeah.
Finish?
So,
Soccer or football?
oh no, man. That they was talking about.
I asked
It's on, man. You must. I tell you, you must.
I'm not coming anywhere that you are.
Oh gosh, let's see how the phone goes start to develop.
I'm having fun at myself. No. You're not having fun at my expense. No way, Jose. Not now.
No, but
not
on a serious
ever.
note, the 40 plus football has become very, very attractive. To me, I believe it has become more attractive than even like
The
the regular GFA league.
Okay.
Serious when you see the kind of
The caliber of football that
that's one, and the people that are turning out to witness the games.
Okay.
It really does be a lovely atmosphere in River Sally there on the bleachers and underneath the pavilion. Yeah. That final play will be really, really great.
If it's got here that is there, I'm coming. Once you're there, anywhere, I'm not coming. I'm telling you straight up, I'm not coming. You take liberty with yourself the last time, and almost embarrassed me in the football game. You think Claire Josie gonna come back there and then experience that from you?
No, man, you gotta come for the final. The final will be great. I tell you, there's a lot of things that will not be revealed now, but the final, all I can tell you, it will be great. Well, last year it ended with fireworks. There would be no fireworks this year, but man, what is in the making?
What, you have Cuban dancers? Only Cuban people are coming and going. Let me see. I think Coffee is calling me here. Let me tell him to call. I cannot get through. He gets through. Okay. The phone is working. Can we go through? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. 43818. Let's see. Do you see that he cannot get through? Let's see here.
Gosh, this is good.
What is good? I'm not joking with you, just honestly. Yes, let's see. I told him to call 4041189. So yes. So today. Last week, Jester, we spoke about having a good man and the thing about how having a good man, if having a good man is really happiness or not. And I did promise that when you do one, you have to do the four. So today but not in the sense of is it a good woman or does the man see like he's starving for affection, all this kind of thing. It's a different way. So let me ask you this question, Jester. Do you think that there are women who can really destroy their relationship without being aware of it?
Without being aware?
That they are doing that? That is not rocket science. Yes or no?
Without being aware. Well, that's the part, without being aware,
they're not aware
that they're doing that.
They're destroying their relationship.
Well, yeah, maybe in some instances, certain things that they do that they probably don't have that kind of effect, whereas it does. And other times, I would believe they would know that they deliberately creating a problem.
Right.
I can't believe at all times their action or reaction.
Remember, I said, do you think there are women? I said all women. There are some women that can damage their relationship without being aware of it. We got that down pat. You said. So let's go into the meat of what it is that, some of us as women or some women can do to damage or wreck their relationship without even being aware of it. And those that are aware of it, we'll talk about. It's a learning process for each and every. Last week it was a learning process for we talk about the men, and a lot of people may go and think about it and say, you know what, maybe I need to change. Or if their wife or the girlfriend or someone listening and they talk about it, then they will say, well, maybe I need to change this or I need to change that. Now today we're going on the opposite end of it now. So we women may need to change a couple things as after what we're discussing here. So it says, sometimes the red flags are right in front of you. And what do they mean by that, Jester, when they say the red flags are right in front of you?
I don't know what they mean.
You don't know what red flag mean? Like if you do in a relationship.
Well, yeah.
But what kind of thing is that? You just tell me you don't know.
But okay, go on, you go ahead.
No. What red flags are?
Yeah, well, most of the time when it's that's all the red flag being raised. So that is along that line.
It is along that line.
Yeah.
Yes. So it says, no one enters a relationship hoping to be a bad partner. Patterns can overtake a relationship when you least expect it. While everyone has flaws, some women will do things that ruin the connection between them and their partner. These habits are usually pretty easy to spot when you observe them speaking. Things like criticizing you publicly or comparing you to other people from her past, even though the context was not needed, can cause the relationship to break down. While knowing what these habits are can help you spot a woman who might be a terrible partner. Pointing it out is a whole other battle to get through. This is because if they don't realize it themselves, then they aren't self-aware enough to be a good partner. I think something is wrong with our phone. Let me see. Coffee, let me call you and see if I can get through with it because he said he's calling and he can't get through. So let me see here. Maybe the phone is recharging. Let's see. It's charging itself. Okay, that's off. What is going on here? Yeah, I'm seeing missed calls coming through here, but I'm not. Let's see. So here. Okay, let me call Coffee and see if he's gonna hear us. So then I'll know the phone is working. It's ringing. Good morning, Coffee.
Good morning, Coffees in the morning. How are you?
I am good, thank you. I think the phone was being bad to us, but it is working now. I just say I call you and it's working. So when you listen to a topic, then you can call and give your 2 cents, your 4 cents, your 6
Wonderful.
cents. Yeah.
Right.
So we're
right. So I'm going back to listen. Wonderful.
Thank
Great.
you.
Nice.
Okay,
nice. Wonderful.
Yes. So this is what it is. So it says that a lot of us are not aware that we are not being good partners because of the things that we do. We talk about an exposure that we had before. We criticize the person that we're with and not knowing that this can be detrimental to the relationship. It says women who make terrible partners usually do these things without realizing it. They constantly criticize their partners. Are you aware of that, Jester?
Yes, I am aware of that.
Right? They constantly criticize their partner. They
And sometimes it's where they choose to do it.
okay. It says women who constantly criticize their partners usually don't realize that they are unknowingly pushing them away. Criticizing tends to come from fear. This could be a fear of losing a partner or a fear that they may have made the wrong choice. Of course, their partners pick up on this and begin to feel inadequate, defensive, and even resentful. This doesn't apply to people who are casually dating either. So this doesn't just apply to people who are casually dating either. People who are in marriages experience more depression when they notice their partners criticizing them early on in the criticism without merit is just complaining about your partner. There is a huge difference between constructive criticism and fault finding. A partner who constantly judges them is less likely to feel emotionally invested in them and will never be satisfied. That's true.
That's so true. That
Yes.
is so true.
Because if you're constantly criticizing the person that you're with and always saying, oh, no, he's not good or he's not this and he's not doing that. See, and the thing is, Jester, as it says, a lot of women do not that they are doing this, eh? Well, we got a call coming through. Good morning.
Good morning, Coffee. Good morning. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Good morning to your Coffee.
Good morning, Jester. I haven't heard from you for years, but you're looking damn good, dear boy. Actually, you're looking good too, Coffee.
I know.
You're looking good too. Yes, and I missed you all for a while.
Yes.
Because I was having some difficulties with the phone and other busy schedule, but I'm here. Coffee. The question that you raised as it relates to destroying a relationship. Can you ask back the question that you was?
Yes. Do you think that there are women who damage or destroy their partnership with someone, their marriage, their relationship without being aware of it?
Right, but are you posing the same? Are you posing the same question as it relates to men?
We did men last week.
Oh, we did men last week. Yes. So right, okay. No. What a lot of people have to realize, a lot of people goes in a relationship not knowing what is he or her responsibility as it relates to entering into a relationship. A lot of people enter into a lot of women enter into relationship blindly. Men also enter into relationship blindly. Love at first sight many times blindly. And many times a woman gets into a relationship and not doing any investigation as to who is that man, vice versa as who is that woman. When one enters into a relationship, whether it is a woman or a man, they must know what is or the responsibility, role, and function as each partners that are in this relationship.
Right.
How many women and how many men know that whenever you enter into a relationship, you have to maintain that relationship as you maintain your car, as you maintain your home. You understand what I'm saying? Before you enter into a relationship, whether it be men or women, you must know what you is getting into. Now, if you do not know what in, you will get yourself in trouble. Because you see, a man see a woman, as one old guy tell me, he said, listen, Mr. Lewis, look not for color, beauty, nor skin, for a heart that is loyal within. For beauty may die, skin may grow old, but a loyal heart will never go cold. Right. So each individual that is entering into a relationship, you must know what is your responsibility, role, and function of the relationship that you is entering, and that will both for men and women. I know women go into a relationship and it lasts for a month. I know men go into a relationship And it lasts for just at least about 2 days because he speaks so nice that he convinces her, and right in there he go, and then that is the end of it. So I believe that they must know what they're getting into. And you are right. You are right. A woman can be able to destroy arrogantly because she do not know most of the time what she's getting into. I rest my case and I'll listen on the other side.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Thank you, coffee. Smoking in the morning.
Now, he said that the point he made that sometimes you get into a relationship, and there are responsibilities that you think. But as the saying goes, so then when you're newly in love, Jester, you don't look for any of these things that we're talking about. Blind. Sometimes your eyes wide shut, your eyes wide open, but you're not seeing the things that is waving, the flags that are waving in. Going there, and you think to yourself that was just sliced bread. And when they really get to the nitty gritty of it, they say, "Well, did I make the wrong choice here? Was that person I need to be with?" And that's when I think the problem starts, because now the criticism coming in that, you were there from the beginning, you didn't pay attention to these things, and now you're really deep into it and you're seeing it, and this is where it's going to bring, what do you call it again, anarchy in your relationship. That's what it is.
So according to what Coffee is saying, and I agree, I believe you need to go do a little background check.
I call it vetting.
On that
You
person.
vet them, yes.
Yeah, you probably could find out from the neighborhood. Maybe a family member, some relative or something.
But people are so good at hiding who they are these days that even your family member may not even be able to tell who you really are. Unless you're outspoken and you're true to yourself, then people are going to see. But everybody is behind a shield these days, not letting people know who they are. So when they're asking, "Good morning to you, how are you?" Oh my gosh, that is Celia. You know Celia Phillip?
Celia
from Backstreet, Hazel's daughter. Celia, she has big butt. Celia Philly, you must know Philly Celia.
Oh, yeah.
She just checked in there.
Is that's Hazel's daughter?
Yes. She just checked.
She's a bird, no?
Yes, she's on the other side there.
Oh, thank you for
so
checking
much.
in.
She says, "Hi, Jester."
Hi, Celia. Yeah, Celia and I used to put on real well.
Yeah. So now, and again with the advent of social media, everybody's sitting on the table or the chair or the bed, and they putting a picture of what people think that they are, or what if people think they should know who they are in that sense. But then they're not genuine, because take for example, a lot of women, they go to these places where are made up. They go in like me and they come out as my twin. You understand? They have their face all made up, and they come out, and I mean, they're beautiful. Let me tell you, call them glamour shots.
Yeah.
They go on to do glamour shots, and when the glamour comes out, and the person see who they really are, then they wonder, well, why did you come to me looking like that? Why couldn't you be yourself? I think when we be ourselves, people are going to know if we are genuine or not, than hiding behind the makeup and the wigs and the nails and the everything. And when all start to fall apart, this is how we have destroying your relationship too.
Because Claire, it just bring me back to a situation that I understand occurred. Long. So that is why I don't understand how people could just get involved in serious relationship on social media. Sometimes not even in line, from way out there. You don't even know the person from A to Z.
And all this.
You understand what I'm saying? Well, just to make the point, I remember, pen pal used to be a popular thing before, because its communication wasn't as now. So he used to do letters, and I remember this guy. He took his brother's picture and was So any person coming, they're expecting to see that person that they see in the picture. But that wasn't the case. So when you go to receive, and it's not like the person running.
Yeah, the next flight out. So that is what I'm
And
saying.
it's better to
Be yourself.
be yourself and portray your natural self. The person might accept you for who you are. But you see, when you try in this kind of deceitful way, it will be worse.
Exactly. It is totally.
Yes.
Good morning to you, William Broadcast. How are you? Yes. He's doing us live this morning. Good morning to Spice Ram out there in New York City. He's supposed to be somewhere this morning. Hope all is well. I mean, I just really feel good today, you know?
Yeah.
Really, really good. All my peeps are checking in, people that I haven't spoken to for a while. William Broadcast 107.5. We're gonna be back with him sometime in the near future because we have equipments and so to sort out, and then we'll be back. As a matter of fact, Dugo said to me I need to get new mics. So harsh, but so it's good so far, but he needs me to get better ones so we can be smoking.
Yeah.
So I'm in the well, he sent the ones that I need to get fine or whatever it is, same thing as this, that brand name.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be working on getting some new mics, and then we're gonna go back in business with everyone. So yes, Jester. So when you're true to yourself, like you keep telling people I ain't hung up properly. So anybody that see me now, they know I ain't hung up properly. So
Oh, they know.
you broadcast it out there. So you have people meeting me. Huh? You have people meeting me and say to me, "Oh, so just say you ain't hung up properly." I say, "Well, go with it. If I say I ain't hung up properly, then hang up properly." My good friend JG, she's like, just say you ain't hung up properly, and I'm starting to believe that now.
Well, yeah, because what you don't display.
Well, what am I displaying?
So in other words, you just give them confirmation.
Me. You see, I don't know how to pretend. Well, what you see is what you get from any angle you take me. This is who I am. This is what you get.
So then you shouldn't take offense when I
I'm not taking offense. I stop thinking, because if this is what you want to say, I ain't hung up properly, then I'm looking damn good to hang up properly.
Bad with.
You could say whatever you want. So yes. So you see, now they're talking about, we have to be brave enough to face it when they talk about when you criticize your partners. So you cannot go just everybody you meet as your friend, or you meet your friend and in a group and start talking about, Jester doesn't do this for me, and Jester doing that, and Jester is this, and Jester is that. So you're criticizing Jester in front of your friends. Now that could be a chain reaction, because I hear that and I'm going and scope out now what my boyfriend, husband, spouse, whatever he's doing. I'm starting to look for the reasons why I have to start criticizing him now, because it's something that we're all not happy with. But some know that we are contributing towards that in the relationship. It says the next point is that they play the victim in every conflict. So whatever happens, it is not my fault. I'm playing the victim. It's you that are doing that to me. So it says when it comes to women playing the victim in circumstances that created, the only way to get through to them is to take responsibility for their actions by calling out their hypocrisy. Some women don't even realize that they are doing this, but it becomes pretty clear when it becomes a habit. Sooner or later, their partners begin to notice a pattern in their dramatic rants when venting about others. For them, it's always somebody else's fault, rather than them admitting that they may have been in the wrong for once. Women who don't acknowledge their mistakes make terrible partners long term, because the belief is that since no one has held them accountable for their entire life, then you shouldn't either. It's a toxic and tiring cycle. Continue until someone is brave enough to face it. I mean, that is bad.
Yeah.
On our part as women. That is
there are some
bad.
men like that. There are some women.
Well, on both sides. But today we are dealing with the female part of it, men.
Yeah.
And that is bad, because if situation where you would not take responsibility for your actions, then there's no getting through to you anywhere. And then again, we have to think about from young childhood that I've been able to get away with anything that I do. I was not held responsible for anything that I did. So obviously, I grew up thinking that the world revolves. No need for me to acknowledge anything, and I'm always going to be his fault. Never mind.
Yeah, and that's really, really bad, clear, and it's not a nice thing. I tell you, it does cause people to start resenting you when you have that sort of attitude, like you're always right.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you are wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you're not man or woman enough to own up and say, well, okay, I didn't intend to do it that way, but look, it turned out to be wrong. I apologize. Because you're not perfect. I mean,
you are not perfect.
We are human beings. We are not perfect. We definitely are not perfect.
So let's take a quick break, Jester, and we shall be right back to continue. Okay, so
wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy and not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices come, what's the call?
You're looking for that one little supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Dolphin and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street, St. Patrick. The ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today at 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473-418.
Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester.
Hey.
With CJ and Jester.
And we are back. And let me say good morning to Kathleen Ledlow. She has just checked in and said good morning to you, Jester, and good morning to me, CJ.
Good morning to you.
Yes, we love when all people to hear what we have to say. And Kathleen, I know that you listen, and so, but you can also comment or you can call, because today we are talking about us as women. Some of us, not all of us, some of us that, criticize, we do things in a relationship that is going to wreck it, and we are not aware of. It's a learning process right now, because things that we're talking about here of our lives, now is the time to pay attention to what it is that we're talking about and make the shift, make the move, so that we can do better. Because every one of us, as Jester says, we all make mistakes and we want to be better at what we do. So, it says here the next point is they manipulate instead of communicate. Last week we spoke about how communication is key in any relationship whatsoever, whether it's platonic, whether it's a personal relationship that you have, is key. Because even to your dog, your animals that you speak to, you communicate with your animals. And according to what them, they will know what they're doing is wrong. And stop or sit. He looks at me and he sits. So communication between me and that little terror outside there. we still come that you have. Communication is key. But it says they manipulate. And here I learned a new word. It says women high in Machiavellianism, villainism, that you're villain. So Machiavellianism, and that means marked by manipulative interpersonal tactics. It exploit others and a preference for emotional detached relationships. More likely to see their partners as less worthy and engage in emotionally abusive behaviors. So these are the women that are high up on the totem pole, they're villains, as they say. They are very manipulative.
Yeah, it's a characterized trait,
Yeah. It borderlines on narcissists.
Yeah.
So it says using things like the silent treatment to get their way is just one tactic of many. While these tactics can create short-term control, they break the trust and bond in the relationship over time. And I say, women, let's pay attention. It's not all of us, but a lot of us. I am guilty of the silent treatment. But I tell you why I do my silent treatment. Because sometimes, as they say, what is good to say is also good to keep, because you don't want when something leave your mouth and come out, you cannot take it back. So sometimes you remain silent, not because you want to punish your partner or anything, but because you're trying to control what your brain is thinking and how you should let it up. But if you are doing the silent treatment because you want to punish him, then it says that after a while, you start to break the trust and the bond in that relationship that you have over time. And then it comes to the strain part of it, because your partner, your spouse, whoever it is, start losing interest in you, because you know why? They cannot deal with you anymore. And when that happens, now the criticism starts off. All kinds of wrong things is coming up. They're talking bad about them even more. But we, as women, have to look in the mirror every once in a while ourselves. The things that we are doing in our relationship, how does it hamper me personally in the relationship, or how does it hamper the relationship itself and the person that I'm in the relationship with? These are the hard questions that we have to ask ourselves when we look in the mirror. Because if we don't, we are going on a slippery slope. And most of us will end up by ourselves. And we're thinking that, well, I can't even find somebody to have a relationship with. I was reading something the other day, and a woman said, I am 63, and I cannot find someone to be with. And she admitted to herself that she used to look down on the men that used to come and talk to her, try to have a relationship with her. And now they move on to other people, and she's there lonely. I'm just so lonely.
What usually happens with some of these women, and they're looking for Mr. Perfect, Mr. Right, and they won't find out. They will have to make that person themselves.
AI. I'm looking to asking AI to make me one.
Because trust me, I don't believe in any relationship you will get 100% of each and everything that you're looking for or expect.
True that.
It wouldn't happen on both sides.
True. But you see the thing about it, even though you're not getting Mr. Right, or you're not getting Mr. Perfect, you can get Mr. Good and Honest. See? Mr. Good and Honest is going to work just as fine too. So, but then again, we're talking about women today because we spoke about the men last week. But that does not mean that some of you all do not help the situation to make it the way it is, Jester. Am I right or am I right?
As we see, what you're saying is correct.
Okay.
But it happens on both sides.
Of course. Okay. Of course it does.
Okay.
I'm not saying no, but I'm saying that, I remember when Gitz and I we were walking up inside here, and another guy was talking, and he says, women are like CPUs, eh? We hold things. The computer, we hold it, we store it, and then we let it go. And sometimes when we let it go, it's not the best thing that we let out. So, in any relationship that you have, communication is key. Communication is it to make it change. When we hold it in and we start, and you could tell when things are bothering us, You see all the body movements, all the things that we're not doing.
You just talk about computer, the computer just crashed. So
well, that's when we crash. Yes. And when we crash, it is not pretty. So that's why I'm saying that if you have a relation, you're in a relationship and things are not going the way you want it to go, speak about it. And Jester, it has to be when you're speaking about it, that the person that you're speaking to is listening. They're hearing you. Because I think
hearing, but I don't think they're listening.
Well, something of some sort. Listen here, what because this is when I think we get really, really upset because it's like we are talking to you, we are trying to tell you what it not listening, you're just ignoring me. And that makes it even worse. That's when you call up your girlfriend. And that's when the bad talk starts, you know. I don't know if you all know that. That's when it starts. So even though a lot of women are ruining their relationship by doing these things, but it's not them alone because one person cannot have a relationship. It takes more than one. They say 3 to have a relationship.
But the thing is, right? A lot of people have somebody that they go confide in, confidential with, you know. So no matter what, just as how you have your peeps and them, and you know certain things you could run by them, and you know it's kept.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So if something goes wrong, and you probably me seeking advice, and you might say, well, hey, look what happened. What do you think? And I did that. Did you think that I went wrong, or you thought I was right in doing such? You know, you're somebody. But the thing is, you should not be just going and count here, there, and everywhere with any and anybody, and that's where the problem is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what. But you see the thing about it, not everyone that has that mental fortitude to take in what they're getting and really dissect it before they vomit it out there, right? Some of us, we are weak in our demeanor. And by talking about it, as you say, you don't have to talk to each and everyone. You find people that you want to talk to. But when you, because nothing goes out faster than you start telling everybody something. At some time it get back to the person that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You understand?
And it creates a whole different kind of scandal in a kind of way.
Yes. Mary has just checked in. It says, good morning to you, Jester.
Good morning to you, Mary.
Yeah. So it says, you know, they do that and, you know, when they manipulate and so. And I'm telling the women, stop it. Stop manipulating and start communicating. Your relationship is going to be much better if you communicate. Instead of trying to manipulate the situation by saying, I ain't talking, holding back on him. I feel it's come tonight and he touched me, don't touch me. Don't do this. Don't do that. Silent treatment. Go and sleep on the sofa and all this kind of. This is making the situation worse than it is getting. It's going to be then getting better.
I think a lot of men going through these things, and it's just that
they're not saying.
No, they suffer in silence. That's the term you usually like to use.
I'm using it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they suffer in silence.
Make sense, you know? Though, because you see the thing about it. You're getting lambasted from your spouse to all your people around the community that doesn't even know you much or don't know what is going on inside your house much, and it's out there. Now they're looking at you differently. Now, if you don't come out, and I said, go and tell everybody what is good, but if you don't say to someone, people are going to think that it is true what you are doing. So that's why I said you need to communicate. If you don't communicate, then it will never get there. Good morning to you, Cam. How are you? Thank you for checking in. Yes, so that's what it is. Now, it says they compare the partner to other people. Again, that one is a no, 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 no. Don't do that. You know, we have children. And it is said that we should never compare our children with each other because every one of them is special in their own way in what they do. So if you have Giovanni and you have Kira, things that Kira will do Giovanni wouldn't do it. And you cannot say to Giovanni, your sister does that. Why is it that you can't do that? They have different personalities totally. So you cannot compare your partner to say like I don't want to use you, but I'm using you. Say that you and I in a relationship that we're not in a relationship. I have to explain. Say that you and I are in a relationship, and then I had a relationship before. Now it is wrong and it's unfair to you for me to complain about you to somebody else, to complain about the other person to you. Because guess what? If I am doing that, then lo and behold, the next person that come along, I'm complaining about you to them too, eh? It is a chain reaction. It doesn't stop. There's a vicious cycle. So it says women who have just gotten out of relationships are red flags. I don't like the term of that, but I'm going to read it. Women who have just gotten out of relationships are red flags and will make terrible partners for someone trying to date them. This isn't a dig. It's just that they need time to heal from their past relationships before jumping into a new one. The easiest way to tell that someone is not over it is if they are constantly comparing you in subtle ways to their ex-partners or other people. Many will do this unknowingly because on a subconscious level, they miss how the other person made them feel. Regardless, regular comparing your current partner to an ex shouldn't over. That's important, eh? These comparisons feel like a competition or triangulation between two unwitting participants. Also, comparing your relationships to others just proves that they are dissatisfied with the current situation. So, triangle relationship. Even though the person that you are no longer with, he's not in your life anymore, or she's not in your life anymore, but you cannot stop talking about that person, him or her, to somebody else. So even though you and I have a relationship, we have a true relationship because that person that is no longer there is always there. You get it?
Yeah.
So it says, don't compare your partners to other people. And that is key. And the talk where it says about red flags, it is said, and that is not the first time I've seen this. And I told you I read a lot. And when you just finish up a relationship, do not go on a rebound relationship. Rebound is when I just left Jester or Jester left me, and the next sucker that comes around, I jump to another relationship. You're just feeling that you do not want to be alone, or you want the person to say, "Oh, I left her," or "She left me," and she's with someone else to make me feel bad. No, do it for yourself. Think about you, because that does not mean that the person you go to next is going to treat you better than what you had before. As they always say, the grass is not green on the other side. All you have to do is to wet your grass.
The next thing what will end up likely to happen from this thing, like Peter doesn't end up paying for Paul, eh?
For sure.
Yeah, so you had an experience in a relationship, okay, that ended sour, and the next person that you're gonna get involved with may be quite different from who you had. But you tell yourself, you know what? I have done suffer already. It's right.
Suffering no more.
You understand?
So Peter, you're going to but that is unfair.
And that's bad, eh?
That is unfair to the next person that you have in. So in that case, all you could do is to just chill, take a chill pill, relax. Figure out where you want to go. If you want to go back there or you want to stay by yourself, figure it out. Don't just run into another relationship, because that person that you go to may not be the ideal person either. And before you know it, 2 weeks down the road, you and the person in war because he's not meeting your expectations. So better to just sit back, relax, and enjoy your life. Try solo.
I tell you, there are a lot of people in casualty relationship. When I say means, but emotionally, not physically, emotionally, serious casualty taking place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The one that is coming, it is big. It is very big. And I think we've been hearing that over and over and over. They expect you. We women expect our partner to our minds. They expect you to read they expect the partners to read their mind. So let me tell you now, unless they're psychic, as those people on them say they're psychic, they could read whatever, or they hypnotize you to figure out what is inside it. Nobody can read your mind. You have to say what it is that you want or you need or what you're looking for that person to pay attention to it so that anything happens. We are on the same level playing field and let's deal with it. But if I am not saying what I need or what I want or what is on my mind, what the heck are you I'm expect you to do to help me out here? And it says, expecting a partner to know how you feel intuitively makes it harder for couples to resolve conflicts. True. This passive immobility can cause anxiety and miscommunications. Her partner should just know why she's upset. It puts unfair pressure on the relationship and sets it up for failure. Right? Be mindful is the only thing that couples should be doing. And interpreting how your partner would feel yourself in their shoes. This is the healthiest way to make the relationship stronger as you are talking to your partner about the concerns you don't approve of. So, as I said, if you do not say what's on your mind or you're not saying how you feel, I don't expect you to know what is on my mind. I don't expect me to know what is on yours either. It's a two-way street. We got to talk. We got to communicate.
The thing about it, Claire, in you and I upbringing, we never had anybody to guide us along and advise us in terms of relationship wise, how to go about. You know, the thing is, you go to school, you maybe even while you're in school, you start getting involved in relationship, and
That
you
is not
just
relationship.
you just go deeper into things, and you have no kind of guidance, and you realize, boy, things going downhill because you never get some experience from people who go through that before. So that's why for me now,
Listen, yeah, talk to me.
because I have my little son growing up. So I have that responsibility now to help guide my son as to where relationship is concerned. Enough that I can share with him so he will know how to kind of navigate. Because trust me, if I had to do it over again, I think there are quite a lot of things that I would do different.
Like what?
First of all, before you seriously go and get involved and make child and children, I think I'll look to achieve things like owning a home first and settling and achieve certain things first. And then you concentrate on this thing. Because I realize it's somewhat very difficult. Before you know it, you leave school, you might start a little job, yes, but you pick up with a little thing and go into it.
You pick up with what?
Well, yeah.
No.
Okay, okay, you get involved with it.
Right.
Even if it's in sometimes it come in a miss in a way that you wasn't really expecting it to come about, you understand?
Uh-huh.
And next thing the person get pregnant and you find they could start being under severe pressure from there.
So
Pressure.
is it too late? Is it too late now to stop to change where you are? Just
too late. I don't know.
I mean, you said if you had to live your life over again, do it differently.
Now I tell you, along that line, I would have done it differently. I would not have taken the responsibility of
Having children?
Yeah, starting off before you achieve certain things.
Okay.
Because there goes the difficulty when you just start a family and you don't achieve certain things yet. You understand? I believe that is a kind of
so that's what you said. You said when you're in school you start in a relationship. It's not a ship.
No, but in some instances it working okay. People that started the relationship in school, and it went all the way.
Yes, they call him high.
Some broke down along the way after some
but years. Because you don't know the person, you don't know who the person is really, and you didn't get to know them because you weren't leading with your brain there. Because at the age where you start to say you have a relationship as a boy, you're not fully developed as yet.
That's true. That's true.
You're not fully. It takes a boy to the age of 21 for his brain to be fully developed. We girls fully develop at the age of 18.
Yeah.
Our brain is in full power mode.
Tell you that women must.
Right. So the guys that see a girl and it is lustship, they're going after because the girl look good and this, that, and the other. But you're not totally developed yet. You're not mature in that stand yet for you to be thinking about, oh, I need a home before I do this, oh, I need this before I do. No, because that is not on your agenda at all.
This is just the ego, you understand? You remember, men are very. Yeah.
You're all egotistic? Really? Is that true?
That's true. That's true.
Really? Okay. Yeah. If you say I'm taking it from your cue, I'm not a man. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you all are very egotistic, yes, that happens, and you all feel that if I see Claire going on and I like Claire, and then calm and say, Jester is going after. I'm going after Claire. So it's a whole thing. It's a lustship that you all are in because you all don't really know what is going on in your life as yet. And even though Jester, for us women as well as men, and we're concentrating on women today, that you see someone of the opposite sex, and you tell yourself that, okay, I'm in love with that person, and we're going to spend the rest of our lives together, and that's what you're thinking. But then, somewhere along the line, things didn't work out the way you think it was going to work, the way you wanted it. And then you go berserk.
Yeah, love on, I believe, Claire, because we're saying here, love on just sight, just love on sight, I believe is a dangerous thing. Yeah. You might see that person might be, really, really, really beautiful, natural. But then, is that all?
Well, you always find out yourself.
Does the ball stop there?
Well, you should know that.
And sometimes that's where the problem.
Yeah, because you let your eyes roll.
Yeah.
And your head is not yet developed.
Got to be very careful with this.
Yes. Well, you see, that's why now we can talk to our children at certain age in their lives, and so that they wouldn't make the same mistake that we as their parents did.
Exactly.
But then again, some of them think that we are old-fashioned, and we don't know what we're talking about. So they go and they get the pressure themselves, and then they come to you and say, why didn't you tell me? We did tell you, weren't listening at the time that we were saying. And that happens to a lot of us. You see, God made us as a nurturing kind. The people, the one that feel more, that takes care of people and takes care of things. So when we maybe put ourselves or put our sights on things, we're going all out to make it work. And when it isn't working in our favor, the way that we picture them and this is how we want it, this is when these things and them start happening in the relationship. And whoever it is that you have the relationship with, if you're not paying the right attention to me, then you're rabbit hole. So it says they make everything about themselves. And there are a lot of women as well as men, as I said, we are dealing with women today, that makes what going on in the relationship all about us. It's like, you're not doing this for me, you're not doing that for me, you're not doing this and you're not doing that. But we have to put the pedal to the metal and really talk to ourselves. It says, when looking for a long-lasting relationship, one thing to avoid is women who make everything about themselves. Guys, I'm talking to you guys now. This can be by them steering the conversation back to their own experiences, especially during moments when you're looking for a listening ear. While not every woman is a narcissist, there are certain behaviors to look out for that can be pretty easy to spot, other than the constantly talking about themselves. They will also surround themselves with a lot of people who you've never met and are never going to meet. Women with narcissistic tendencies exhibit less commitment in a relationship and are more prone to infidelity. So all of might not be her friends. It is not just in her inner circle, but yours as well. A woman who would make a great partner would never force you to dump your friend because she simply didn't like them. That is a big point, eh?
Yeah.
Big, big, big. If you are not friends with me, then we cannot be friends. And if you are friends with Jester, then I don't like Claire. Jester has to dump Claire as a friend.
Nobody do practicing that way. Cannot.
Okay. Interesting.
No. I'm not allowing no woman to practice that kind of thing with me.
Okay.
Trust me. You as dictate who I talk to and what to talk to
Who you're
and who I
friends
be
with.
friend with. That ain't happening.
But it happens.
Some men doesn't allow women to just listen to that. I really just can't understand why.
Love is a terrible thing. Love makes you do all kind of wrong things. When you tell yourself that you're in love with someone, you know the amount of women as well as men that takes abuse from the opposite sex because they think to themselves that I love that person.
Yeah, it's true.
And I wouldn't,
It's true.
let's try to make it work.
All in the name of love is
yes.
suffering.
Yes, so if you don't like me, and you say, Jester, I do not like Claire, dumb Claire as a friend. But for me, you will do it because you love me.
Yeah.
Well, that is what it's saying here. I'm not telling you that is come from. That is what it's saying here. That
But it's happening in reality in Juju.
That's of course.
It's happening
Of
in
course.
reality. But it's so sad, eh?
Very much so.
So sad.
We have a caller coming through. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you.
Sounding very far away. What's going on? No. No. I don't know why it's making that. It's not coming through loud and clear at all. Hang up. Let me call you. Hang up. I'll call you and let me see. All right. Yep. It is happening in real life, Jester.
Yeah, for real. I'm telling you.
Yep. And a lot of people, after that, it becomes in a way where it says, what they say, it happens and they say, why did I let that happen? Let me see this one. Hi. I'm hearing you. Yes, I'm hearing you just a bit better now. Go right ahead. No. Hold on, Lorna. It's still not working. I don't know what's going on. No, let me see.
My comment.
Oh, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, I was saying that one of the behaviors that we have to avoid as women is having unpredictable mood swings. So we might overreact to minor issues, or we might create constant drama. Have our partner feeling that they always must walk on eggshell. So they have to be careful about what they say or do. So that would prevent the person from being their true self.
Right.
Because they'll have to think about everything that I have to do. How would the person react? Two is bringing up past mistakes. Something might happen a year ago, 2 years ago, but whenever you get mad, you have to go over everything that happened for the past 3 years. Keeps the relationship stagnant. You could never move forward. You could never forget and move forward. So all of us, we're not perfect. So all of us might have a little bit of these traits, but I think it's recognizing if we have them and working on them, identifying them so that we can improve whatever relationships we have. So
that is quite true.
But we have to make improvement. So that's my contribution for today.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Lorna.
Okay.
Quite interesting, right? What she say, people that brings back up things that happen way into the past. And as a result of that, that is why you have some people, when they enter into a new relationship, they become very hesitant to bring any that went on in their past relation for the fear of that, because they feel if there would be any little problem, as they say, teeth and tongue do meet. And if that happens, then they just bring it back, everything, and just throw it right in front of you.
The computer.
You know what I'm saying? It's really not good,
I'm guilty of that. I used to be guilty of that too, because when yes,
really.
Yeah. Listen,
I got to get over it and realize it's
no, because it's not a healthy thing. I'm not taking it past from somebody. I'm taking it past what's happened in the relationship, and I'm just blasting it right back because you blast it right back at the person. But then as Lorna says, it doesn't work really because it kind of causes thing in the relationship.
It takes a longer time.
But as you go, you learn things, and you think, if I am to have another serious relationship in my life, these are things that wouldn't happen to me again, because you just know you grow from certain things, and it's not beneficial to you. It's not beneficial to the person, so you just move along.
It's just like how I have a different approach as to how I deal and with people that have mental challenges.
Yes.
Unlike I would tend to react quite differently from how and it is solely because of this program. It is solely because of this program that we've been involved in, that I have a whole different approach as to how we deal with our mentally challenged within our mates. Yeah.
Well, not perfect. And sometimes you say to yourself, you know what, just let me just let it out. You let it out. It may cause big fight after that and stuff, but at least you get it out in the. Sometimes it is hard to communicate with people that do not want to accept or do not admit to things that is done. You understand?
Yeah.
And this is when you lose yourself and you just blast. But then you step back and you say, no, I'm bigger than this.
The thing is, right? You and I, we love to laugh out, and anywhere I go, people, one thing they realize about this thing they say, I like to laugh. Which in truth, I really love to laugh. So that these things and them now, you really cannot afford to be stressing out yourself and them.
I understand. It's not a laughing matter. Sometimes you see.
In the time, on being on the road as a driver, you have some drivers, sometimes they are the ones that do all kind of thing and they still want to abuse you. And sometimes in the past, when you had to say the thing, I will just watch. I will just tell you a quicker laugh than a respect. I will just
I quicker walk away.
Serious.
Yeah, walk away. And
anything not to stress out myself and force you up yourself. I know of situation where people was involved in a quarrel and not too long after they just collapse and die.
Of course, because they had so much pressure on their heart.
Yeah.
Let me say buongiorno to,
you don't want it.
To all of that. Thanks for checking in. Yes, so, and just let me tell you something. Right now, I cannot see anything that is going to phase me to make me into a different person than I am right now. I'm telling the honest truth. I will just walk away from things. I just don't let things.
I call maturity with a distinction.
Yes, I just walk away from things. I have no time to make no war with nobody about anything. If I said, let's talk, and you refuse to talk, then I'll keep silent and I have nothing to say anytime again. Because you see, I know sometimes you have a conversation with somebody and you said, okay, let's talk, and they said, okay, we're talking. But in time you talking, they're you know,
It's an insult.
and they're on the phones and they're this, and I think this is very disrespectful. I'm thinking, if I am in a conversation with you and I want to pay attention to what you're saying and give my 2 cents on it, communicating. But if you're doing it on the phone, then you and the phone have the relationship, because I'm going to say hasta la vista.
Especially depending on the nature of the situation.
Exactly. Yes.
You know.
Yeah, and you see, the thing about it, we're talking about women today. Us as women do the same thing. We're always on that damn phone as though it's our life. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm downstairs or outside, the phone, somebody, I called you, I said, well, the phone
the phone is not a tattoo to you, man.
No, it's not tattooed to me at all. When if it's important, you will call again, or when I come, I will call you. But I'm not one of those people that walk with the phone everywhere I go and I can't miss it because I'm missing something. I'm not missing anything. As everything, in case you miss it, I'm missing nothing. Because it is on the phone, I will. If you call me and I see that I'm busy and I say, hey, I'll call you back in something. And when I finish, I'll call her. But you see, when you see you're trying to talk to people and they're not paying attention to what you're saying, I think it's time for you to shut up and just move along. Because if they're not giving you the respect to listen to what you're trying to say, then they wouldn't respect you for nothing.
Serious note. If there is a problem in a relationship that needs to be addressed, yeah, there's a serious issue, what is creating some friction in a relationship, all right, and you bring it to the table, and while you're discussing the matter, somebody would be on the gadget thing. That is unacceptable.
Yes.
This is seriously unacceptable.
I just want to let you know that you can share the link with anybody, with your friends, and so, because these are serious topics that we talk about every Tuesday. It is not anything that you say we are trying to put down anybody or make it be condescending to people, because it is a learning curve for me, and I hope it is for you, because we can all learn something. Because when I was doing this research just and I see this thing, I'm like, oh my Lord, they're talking to me here. And I have to admit to myself that this
it's just the harsh reality of what goes on
in lifestyle. Yes. And then if you the first thing in it is to accept that this is what you did and this is what you're doing, and knock it off.
Yeah.
Because if you do not accept it, or you do not take on do not take accountability for it, it will never change. As it says, they refuse to apologize or admit fault. A woman who refuses to apologize or admit fault in a situation is never going to be the partner that you need her to be. She won't step up when you need her, or even defend you in private or to others. People who meant will never apologize, because that would mean that they're admitting fault and that you are telling the truth the whole time. There is nothing they hate more than truth. Apologies have been shown to improve trust and the possibility of forgiveness by the hurt party, as long as it's sincere. This is because healthy relationships thrives on open communication and vulnerability. Admitting our mistakes to someone we have wronged helps deepen our connection with them. And I mean, this couldn't be more profound. Couldn't be.
As a matter of fact, Claire, without cutting you early, that as a result of what's just been made mention of, they become so bonded that you'll never ever believe that
they had war before.
Yeah. Yes.
It is because you admit that you're wrong. You apologize. And let me tell you something. There are people that they're going to wrong you, and because somebody talked to them and say, you did Jester wrong, go say sorry to Jester. I just come. Jester, that thing that happened before, sorry. Said to you to go say sorry to Jester. If you come, you do it yourself. and you come genuinely, I would see that your eye flicks.
Yeah. You would know it's not that case. You just want to pacify it, right?
But if you come and you tell me that, I'm saying, oh, okay, no problem. But I'm not going to be your friend just the same way still, because I don't trust what you said to me. Because what you just told me, it is not truth.
Yeah.
It is not.
You could tell when you're asking for genuine forgiveness. You know?
And some of them are going to come with tears in their eyes, and that is crocodile. No, it is true, because people look, people make things the way they want it to make. They will make themselves feel and look as though they're really sorry and so. But there's something, as they say, your eyes is the wind soul. Your eyes never lie, unless you are a pro at lying and manipulating your eyes to do things. You can tell the truth in somebody's eyes. Always, always, always. So, if you're going to come, I'm going to come to you and say, I'm sorry for something that I did to you. I am coming genuinely and apologize to you. And then just say sorry and that's it and I move along. No, don't accept that from me, and I would not accept that from you. And in any relationship at all that this is going on, be genuine about the apology, because that way we can build back the trust and the confidence in that person and end up in having a real truth, a real great relationship that could last long term instead of the short end of it. So, the next point is they try to control every aspect of the relationship. And we know there are a lot of women like that. They don't let their husband, their boyfriend, or anything say anything to any. They cannot speak because they are not versed, they are not well learned. So they will take control of it. And if I'm speaking to you, Jester, they will come and just put me on the side and, oh, don't worry to what Claire's saying. Claire doesn't know what she's talking about, and they take over because, control of the relationship.
They control everything.
Every aspect. It says
finance.
Yeah. With the finance part of it, let's put it this way. If I am good at managing money and I'm in a relationship with you and you're not good at managing money and we have an aim to do something, then, and you say, Claire, I'm not good at finance, take that over. That is a different thing than you just take it. When I get paid, just give me the check and you give me some money for a thing and that's it. You should not supposed ever again with the rest of the money that you work for. So it says, we've all heard the classic lines like, do whatever you want, or I'm fine, in a very harsh and annoyed tone from women. These types of tactics are all part of trying to control their partners and make them behave the way they want to. Women who do this and controlling partners who would check your phone while you're asleep. They have no respect for personal boundaries and will insert themselves into all aspects of your life, whether you like it or not. Where it can get extremely serious is that control freaks tend to get violent when they don't get their way. It doesn't matter what gender they are. This type of behavior is considered abuse on all levels. So, let's talk. I, for one, will not, and cannot see myself checking somebody's phone while they are asleep or when they are away from it. It is not my phone. It is not, you did not give me permission to do that. And as one boy that sing a song say, if you want to lose weight, go through my phone. check. I think it's wrong on all counts for you to go check somebody's phone. That is a personal thing. And especially if they have a password, and that means you want to protect your whatever is on your phone. I do not have the right to go check your phone or control who sends message to you or whatever it is. It is not my place.
No, I don't think it's a good thing at all. And
if you have stuff on your phone that you want to share with me when we come, that's a different thing. That's a different level totally. But you cannot, and you should not go through your partner, your husband, your wife, or whoever phone it is. You should not go through. It is a no. This is wrong. And if it was something good, you could have done it in front of them while they're there. But you wait until they're sleeping. It is not. It is not good.
You know, if anybody else do that?
No, I don't know. Because I don't. You see, the people, like I always say to you, the people that I have in my life are respectable people. We all have the same moral compass. We do not check husband's phone, boyfriend phone, or anything. Their phone is their phone. I have my phone, and so on. When I said to my daughter, I says, take my phone and do it for me. What's your password? I just give her my password. Because as I said, I have nothing to hide. I will give them my password. And as I said to her, I said, I am going to give you password for everything that I have so that if anything should happen to me, you don't have to struggle to find it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you and that comes just when you do not trust the person that you're with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a trust, is it?
It is a trust.
That's what it is.
It is.
It is a trust.
Then if I don't trust you enough,
or mistrust.
let's stay out of each other's
Trust or mistrust, however you want to
whichever way you put it. Leave the people's phone alone is not yours. The next point is they are not emotionally available. So they might be in a relationship, Jester, but there's no emotion there. It says a woman who goes out of her way to make you feel misunderstood is not emotionally available to you. While it sounds harsh, it's the truth. The harder a woman makes you jump through hoops to be in her presence, the more it means that she's not interested in what is going on with you, as she'd have you believe. That is cruelty of it all. Some women will string men along just because they can. It's because for the moment you are useful to her and add some sort of value in her life. But you will never reciprocate it back. You will take her to fancy dinner, dates, and say nice things about her. But her capacity to say a kind word about you is absent. Sometimes women are oblivious that they are sometimes women are oblivious that they, while other times they are well aware. The easiest way to tell which one she's operating in is by confronting her about it and witnessing her reaction. So you remember we said earlier that sometimes some women they are not aware of the things that they're doing to damage a relationship. But here it's saying that some of us are aware of what we are doing because we do not have any emotional hold to that emotional relationship that we are in. We're making you jump through hoops because we can. Because you love us like anything and we'll do anything for you. So we do all that. We manipulate that relationship emotionally on your end, not on mine.
Yeah, so women who do these sort of things, sometimes they got to check back that they may have a brother.
A sister? A
You understand? Yeah. However we want to look at it, there were some relative, and you wouldn't really like that to be happening to them as well, so
just
such an abusive manner.
Mm-hmm. I made a pact in my life that anything that I do to someone, it could be done to me too. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if what I don't like for myself, I wouldn't do it to someone else. And anytime something happens, I always put myself in that person's shoes and see how I would feel if that were me. I don't do any harm to anybody. I don't do bad things to people or anything because I want to be treated the way that I expect you to treat me, and I would treat you that way. It's called the golden rule, but I take mine further because you're going in the shoes. And if the shoes that I put on is squeezing me, that means I am not doing the right thing. So you should not do this thing to even know that you're in a relationship and you're not emotionally involved or available to you or to me. Get out.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, point well taken. Well taken. But anyway, do you have more in this?
What? You trying to only me?
Have I put that?
No, you put me on the spot. I'm not making any. It's as simple as that. Truth.
You don't answer my question.
If I have more, no, I may only make this one.
How many take you to make it? Do you have more ingredients to make some more?
No. Yes. So let's move on. They undermine their partner's goal. And I think this one was so, so I couldn't figure it out why. It says it's one thing not to agree with your partner's goal or find it too unrealistic to reach, but it's a whole other thing to openly mock what they are trying to achieve. Some women will believe that your goals interfere with their plans or the plans that she has for the two of you. When one partner's goal clash with another's lifestyle or emotional needs, the relationship will suffer. This is why couples need to sit down and set their goals together so that they avoid any conflicts over it. Many women who engage in this kind of behavior don't do it out of malice, but they also don't make themselves aware enough to understand how selfish it is. Rather than letting your freedom to conquer their dreams, you are forcing your fantasy into the mix rather than focusing on what you want out of life. So that's undermining the goal. Say you want to be, yeah, you're an electrician. And I didn't know that this is what you wanted to do. But you came to me and you says, Claire, you know what? I think I'm going to pursue a thing in electrician. And I'm like, at your age, what you going to do to this is get something, I laugh at the thought. But then, I want to be an interior decorator. And I'm signing up online to do that course. So there's no room for you to do electrical work while I am heading to do my online course in interior decorating. So it's all about what I want to do and not about, because I mock you. That is not something that you should take on right now in your life. And that is not that. That's undermining. Because if you look at it, Jester, you and I are in a relationship. Let's say, let's put it there. You are married to each other. Isn't it in your benefit that if he succeeds at what he's going to, you are going to be okay?
Of course, well, that's obvious.
But then what they're saying here is like you're not showing that you're okay with what he is doing because it's clashing with the lifestyle that you want, that you have plans for. So you make the plan for two of us. You did not give me the option to say this is what I want, or maybe it says here, if believe that your goals interfere with their plans or the plans that she has made for the two of you. So she made the plan. I make the plan for two of us, and then you have no say in it. You just go along with it. And I think that is very unfair. Very. So it says they take the relationship for granted. We are coming on to the why. When a woman takes the relationship for granted, it has the same effect as if a man did the same thing. There's always the possibility for the relationship to end, or even worse, infidelity. Just because a woman does these things doesn't necessarily make her a bad person, just a bad romantic partner. Ain't that true? Because as we started off saying, a lot of us as women do not know that the things that we are doing is wrecking the relationship that we have. And when it's wrecked, we tend to question ourselves after the fact, Jester. Because you may end up with someone else, and then you are wishing that the person that you had before is still around in your life, because what you have now or what you thought you had is not working for you.
Yeah.
So we really and truly have to know how to treat people when you're in a relationship. Don't always make it about you. Don't always down. Don't always criticize that person to your friends or to anybody that is willing to listen, anybody that has ears. Don't do that. Because it's not going to be beneficial for you, because that's when you lose trust in that person. You lose the confidence in that person. You even lose the confidence in yourself, because people are looking at you differently now. And especially the people that are married, they said they experience more depression because they just cannot walk, because a lot is in that relationship, in that marriage. So they are depressed. And then you know what happens when somebody's depressed? it leads to different things. They might start abusing alcohol, or they may start taking drugs. They might even end their lives.
Yeah. We all know what the negatives it can lead to.
Yes. Again, do not play victim in every conflict. Like, I didn't do this. You causing me to do this and you're causing me to do that. Accept your responsibility. I mean, your thing. Take responsibility for this stuff that you do. Accept it and try to make a change. And not just make it believe that you're always attacking me. You're always saying this to me, and this is not what it is. Take responsibility for your actions and stop being a hypocrite because you know what you're doing is not right. It says, again, you don't manipulate the relationship. Communicate with the person that you have in that relationship. Because communication is the only thing that is going to make you pull through what you have that is working for you. Because a lot of relationships, just when you see people and they're walking, they're talking and they're laughing and stuff like that. They're communicating while they're doing that. Then you see two walking, one in front, one behind. Not a smile, not nothing, and you wonder, well, where they going together? So communication is key in any relationship at all that you have, whether it's just friendship, platonic, or whatever it is. Communicate. Communicate with each other, because if you don't, you could lose the best thing that ever happened to you. You could.
I do agree totally.
Don't compare your partner to others. He's not the same. Everybody has their own DNA. Everybody is different in how they feel, how they do things. Do not compare me to you and say, oh, if it's Claire, she's going to do that. If it's Jester, she's going to do that. Don't compare, because we all are different beings. Just be there for that person. And don't jump, and don't take what happened in the past relationship that you have and bring it into the present and make the person feel. Because when you do that, Jester, the person do not, they never start, and it's already ended. No, there's no start there, because you already push them down saying that, oh, you cannot be that person. Why can't you be like that person? And no, you don't do that. Just accept you are and work with what you have. If down the road it doesn't work, just say, this is not working, and you move along. Again, and women, let me say this. No one is a mind reader. Not your children, not your parents, and especially your spouse. They are not mind readers. Say what it is that you want to say. If you want something to happen, tell them this is where it is. If you want something to do, tell them what you want done. Don't sit there and say, well, I expect him, he should do what I want. No, he doesn't. If you don't say that, that works on both ways, both men and women. If you do not say what it is that you want or what you're looking for, you cannot expect them to read your mind. So stop using that phrase. He should know. You should know what you should know what it is. How would I know if you don't tell me? And if I don't tell you? It is the same as people that are in relationship and they go to in love and they say, oh, the man just do this and he's sleeping and this kind of thing. In the meantime, you're there with your eyes wide open and he's snowing and you're wondering, well, what the hell just happened here? But you didn't tell him why you want to be touched. You didn't say, this is what and this is what and this is it. So you're going to end up always being the loser unless you open your mouth. Am I right? Yes. Yes. Yes.
I get jokes and then
Read me like a map. You have to say it. No, this is serious.
I didn't tell him.
You have to tell them. You have to tell them. Because you see, sometimes, look, you see, that's why I tell you must read. Because sometimes you are in a relationship with someone, just, and they really actually don't know you. They don't know what your idiosyncrasies, they don't know where your erogenous zones are, and all this kind of thing like that. So they might be touching blindly. Sometimes they hit it and they don't even know if they hit it. And sometimes most times they miss it. So you have to tell them or take their hand or whatever, put where it is that you think. And this is communication. This is total communication.
That is above me pay grade.
Okay, yeah. Don't get into just pray after that. No, if you do research on Jester, if you ever do research on I'm talking about it. I read and I do research. So I am talking about what I said. I know. Yes. So you cannot, that's why you said you cannot read the person's mind. You have to say what it is. Otherwise, you will end up on the short end of the stick all the time. And it goes for both men and women. And no more smoothie for you. And we have to stop making everything about ourselves. We cannot always say, oh, it's all about me and this, that, and the other. And if you're not doing what I say or going where I want to go, then, you go about your business. No, you can't do that. Don't make it all about you, because the person also have feelings and they can get hurt in whatever it is that you say to them or throw at them. We have to think differently. And I'm speaking to my sisters out there. Let's be better. Let's do better. Because that way you will have a long-lasting relationship with the person that you choose to have a relationship with. And again, a big one coming up. Do not be afraid to say, I am sorry. Don't. Because those 3 little words, I am sorry, could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship or the end of one. Isn't that true, Jester?
That is.
It could be the beginning of a great going to last forever, or it could be the end of the one that you just haven't. Refusing to say, I'm sorry.
So, I'm glad you're appealing to your sisters out there, man.
Yes, I'm appealing to my sisters.
Make a more concerted effort to treat the men better out there, man. Let me say that louder, please.
In that case, I pass on it.
Oh, gosh.
And then again, it says when they try to control every aspect of the relationship, don't do that. Don't go into his phone when he's asleep, thinking that you could see what he's doing. And sometimes somebody send an innocent email to you or innocent text about something that you're working on, and you do not see the value of it and you take it the wrong way, and then you start accusing the person of having somebody else out there, or you seeing that person. It's all innocent. There are a lot of people that get emails and so from business people, and they end up in war with the relationship because they read it the wrong way, they take it the wrong way. Let's not do that, women. Let's not do that.
So I'm gonna just not say it loud and more pronounced and more.
You don't have to make much your point across. And that's no more smoothie for you. I didn't shout it. No more smoothie for you.
You say it like,
and I mean it. No more smoothie for you.
You all need to stop. Say, just allow it to be safe.
You all need to stop.
Try what is bad.
Again, when you're not emotionally available, if you're not emotionally available to the person that is in your life with you, just get out. No, get out. Don't make him suffer and you suffering because you're not there. And then you cannot tell him that I do not like the friend that you have. Get rid of him or get rid of her. That is not your place. You are putting that person under undue pressure to do that because you are not available emotionally as it is. And you're telling me to get rid of my friend. So when I get rid of my friend, where am I in the stream of things? Because you're not there. You don't have my back. You're not even thinking about me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't undermine your partner's goal. Both of you, if you're working together for the common goal of surviving together, you cannot say, okay, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what I want you to do because I have plans for both of us. If he wants to be that, support him in whatever it is, because in the end, he's going to support you, hopefully. And in the end, it's going to be beneficial for both of you in that relationship. So don't undermine the relationship of that person. And coming down, he says, do not take the relationship for granted, because when you do, you might get a surprise of your life, because that person could only take that much. And when they reach that peak, there's from moseying on out of that relationship. So in conclusion, both men and women can learn from each other if they are willing to listen. If people master the skill of appreciating those closest to them when they have them in that moment, then we would not have to be the one that got away phenomenon. The one that got away. That phenomenon, you won't have to have it. Men and women wouldn't be talking poorly about each other online anymore. And we can find the people we are meant to be with. So that is it. I hope my sisters out there who are listening and the brothers also who are listening to us, talk to your lady. Tell them what is making you irk. What is the things that you can do better to make the relationship that you have work perfectly. Not perfectly, but in a good manner that you don't have to be fighting with each other and not listening to each other. We have come to the end of our program. It is 12 noon. Let me say thank you to each and every one that checked in. Let me say who they are: Cam Paul, Michelle, Celia, and others who have checked in that you just checked in for the first time. Thank you so very much. I hope you continue to check in with us on every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to noon. Jester.
All right, to our listeners and viewers out there, I thank you so very much for taking your time off on this Tuesday morning to be a part of the Mental Health Show. And of course, we do look forward for you tuning in again next week. We'll have a very interesting topic for you again. And Claire, as I'm about to depart entirely from off air, from on air, I would like to urge our people that some islands of the Caribbean have been severely ravaged by Hurricane Melissa. Cuba, Jamaica in particular, and we all know, or we can all imagine what they are going through because we suffered the same fate not too long ago when we had the burial here just over a year ago. And now is the time that we need to stretch forth our hands to assist our brothers and sisters, right, in the Caribbean region. All right. So I am urging my people to please step forward when the time is right. All right, and make your contribution, small as it may be. It would go a very long way because trust me, it could have easily been Grenada again. And just think of the situation. It's dire in certain parts of Jamaica. So that's my greatest urge to you as I depart.
Before I go, let me say this. I was something popped up on my phone in reference to Jamaica, where I think St. Elizabeth got washed out totally, and Westmoreland and somewhere. And one lady made a statement, and I thought it was so mind blowing. She said, what's his name? Holness was standing there with them. He went to visit that place, and she said to him, "Look from here where we are to all the way down there. There's nothing left." The statement she made afterwards was what caught me. She says, all of you people that have your big car and your big house, look at it. It's gone. So when we're trying to hold on to material things and think that we are better than people, don't do that. She said, because what? You're rich, you're poor, right now, all of us homeless. I thought that was so awesome that I'm saying, because a lot of us have this material thing. We have this big house and we have the big car and we think that we are better than everybody. Sir, or Burial or Ivan to put us straight. But you know the bad thing, Jester, is only going to put us straight for a moment. When we can get back to where we think we want to be, we become the same set of people doing the same stupidness. It is a wake-up call for all of us that we can lose everything in the twinkle of an eye.
And I usually say, right, mankind in this world of yesteryear and now would have made significant strides in doing a lot of things, achieving quite a lot. But yet, they cannot stop things like the hurricane. And I always say it's happening because the good Lord It make them know at times who is in control of this universe. Yeah.
I am the great I am.
Yes. Can't stop it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you all very much. And we are leaving. We're saying goodbye. Thank you all for listening.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.